Hello, this is Mohan Kelkar. In this video, I'm going to talk about the energy storage. Storage of energy is incredibly important when we don't have a constant source. If we typically look at the different types of energy, we can think about energy sources such as coal, oil, natural gas, nuclear, wind, or solar, which are naturally available, and then energy carriers where the energy can be converted in a useful form people can use. An example of that will be electricity or hydrogen, which are not naturally available, but we can convert the source into these type of energy sources. Energy is incredibly important to people. It's a lifeblood of daily life, and population needs energy on demand, which means we have to have the ability to store the energy so when there is a demand, we can produce energy. And obviously, this requires cost effective storage. Wind and solar by nature are intermittent. When wind is blowing, sun is shining, we can produce electricity, but that electricity has to be stored somewhere so that it can be available when there is a demand for it. So let us compare the cost of storage for different sources of energy. If you look at the storage of coal and consider a typical railroad car, which stores about 120 tons of coal and costs about 125,000, the storage per car is about 602 million kilocalories. If you look at the storage of oil, a typical size of oil tank, which is about 100 barrels, costs about 1,500 barrels, and the energy storage is about 134 million kilocalories. If you look at the storage of natural gas, which is mostly underground, it costs about $5 to $6 million for every billion cubic feet of gas or storage, and the amount of energy that can be stored in billion cubic feet of gas is about 255 billion kilocalories. Consider the latest storage of electricity. One is Powerwall, which is for domestic use, and it has a volume about 4.7 feet cube and a storage capacity of about 11,600 kilocalories, and the cost is about $10,500. If you look at the commercial application of electric battery, which is in Tesla Megapack, the volume is about 828 feet cube. It has a storage capacity of about 2.6 million kilocalories, and the cost is about $1.2 million. Knowing the volume, the weight, and how much electricity can be stored or how much energy can be stored, now we can compare different ways the energy can be stored. So if you compare the storage per unit weight, you can clearly see that natural gas is the king, and it is about 100 times more effective than either Powerwall or Megapack. If you look at the storage per unit volume, natural gas, of course, has expanded significantly, so it doesn't really have a lot of storage per unit volume at standard conditions. But oil and coal are still much better, and oil is about 100 times better than Powerwall or Megapack. Now, looking at these numbers, we can also create this graph which shows the cost of storage per the cost of storage of oil, since oil has the lowest cost of storage. Coal, natural gas, and oil are all clustered together in terms of how much energy can be stored per unit of kilogram. And the Powerwall and Megapack, the cost is significantly higher. As a matter of fact, we compare oil, natural gas, and coal. Powerwall and Megapack are at least 50,000 to 100,000 times more expensive than oil. Assuming that we can improve the batteries by 10% every year, which is quite a significant task, it will take about 100 years before batteries can compete with oil or natural gas. So a humble barrel of oil stores a whole lot of energy than a battery pack, which is one of the most expensive things you can purchase today. Without an ability to store energy at a very reasonable cost, There is no way we can provide energy on demand. Fossil fuels provide us with that energy at a reasonable cost. The battery technology doesn't. Thank you for listening to this presentation. If you like the presentation, please subscribe to my channel.